In the early 90s in this country, we had 900,000 people using marijuana every day, according to the HHS surveys. Now, in 2018, the most recent survey, we have 9 million people using daily. So we have 10 times as many daily users who are consuming THC 65 times stronger on average, the daily user, than what they were using in the early 90s.
There were people who had a problem with marijuana. They would be there day after day in the freezing cold, waiting for that high potency flower, needing to get it.
Cannabis use disorder is really devastating in people's lives. It disrupts their interactions with their families, interferes with their ability to keep a job or to stay in school, and that's part of the definition of use disorder, is that it disrupts these normal activities in life.
Let's face it, marijuana is a gateway to harsher drugs because marijuana opens up the addiction receptors. And then what it does, when you get hooked on cocaine or heroin, you smoke it, you use it for the first time, the receptors, once they're wide open with marijuana, you are hooked. I can guarantee if you interviewed every prisoner that we have in Idaho, they all say they started off with alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana as the first drug.
When I first started smoking weed, I was like, no, like there's no way, like, you know, like I'm not gonna do anything else, and then I went and did everything else. But it stopped me from like doing anything, and I like failed my freshman year because of it.
In my own family, my little sister has never ever recovered from addiction to opiates and marijuana and whatever she can get her hands on, and that's really sad. And the reason she does it still to this day is because she can, because the system is set up to support her in her addiction, not in her treatment, not in intervention, in her addiction.
These companies, from a bottom line perspective, do not want responsible users. They would lose 80% of their revenue if people were responsible in how they consume their products. And so they need to get that connection when you're at a young age, when you're much more likely to become addicted to using their products again, whether this is alcohol, tobacco, or cannabis. And so the companies do need younger users.
So no one is addicted to drugs that started using drugs at age 45. That's very rare. You might have had a few of those people in about 15 years ago with the opioids who were overprescribed. But by and far, the large majority of people who are addicted to drugs today started before they were age 25.
If marijuana wasn't addictive, why is it listed as substance abuse disorder, and why are there treatment facilities for it? And why are 1 in 4 kids now under 18 becoming addicted?
Drugs is another form of some kind of a higher power. It really is. Of all shapes and sizes. I mean, prescription drugs that are out there that are abused is the same thing. They become a higher power. King alcohol, king marijuana, king opium, king heroin, you name it. It literally, in your body, you become under the influence of whatever it is that you take, and it changes your chemistry of your brain. You then become a slave to that. I see it all the time here. It's terrible.
This is a life-changing, debilitating illness for them, addiction. Why would we want to promote, commercialize, normalize, and advertise for it and allow a small number of corporations to make a ton of money off of other people's misery?